Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today, we've got a college basketball slate we're going to be going over. Uh, it's a little bit more of a lighter slate. Well, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays we're going to be going over for today. But nevertheless, we do have some plays that I do like today. So let's head right into the video. And we're going to be kicking it off here with a matchup in the ACC. We have Notre Dame taking on Duke. It's a 6.5-point spread, minus 280 for Duke, plus 235 for Notre Dame. Both these teams coming off of losses. Notre Dame coming in off of a loss versus Georgia Tech. Duke coming in on a 2-game losing streak versus UNC and Miami. Duke struggling this year, 7-7, 5-5 in ACC play. Notre Dame not any better either, 7-10, 4-7 in conference play. So this is going to be interesting. Duke, I don't know if they're a bracket team this year, which is crazy to think, but we're going to be looking at the dog here. No Cameron Crazies. This is a totally different Duke team at home compared to years past. We're going with the Notre Dame fighting average plus 6.5 in this matchup. My model has Duke winning only by 1.2 points, so we're getting around 5.3 points of value on this line. And I think potentially that plus 235 money line could be interesting, but I don't think I'm going to be pulling the trigger on that. But we are going with Notre Dame at the plus 6.5 line. Next matchup we have is a matchup in the Big Ten. We have Penn State heading to Michigan to take on the Spartans. 2.5-point spread, minus 142. Run back of plus 122 for Penn State. Penn State coming in 7-8, 4-5 in Big Ten play, coming off of a win versus Maryland. Michigan State is 9-7. They are 3-7 in conference play, and they just came off of a win versus Nebraska. These two teams beating teams they really should be beating in their last game, and now two teams towards the bottom of the Big Ten here. But we're going to go with the dog once again. I like Penn State to win this game, plus 2.5 and plus 122. My model has Penn State winning by 3.5 points. So we're getting 6 points of value on the plus 2.5 line, and we're getting a nice 3.5 points of value here at that plus 122 line. So we're going Penn State to win straight up and a plus 2.5 versus Michigan State tonight in that game. Next we have Texas taking on Kansas State, minus 14.5 spread, or 14.5 point spread, minus 1250 for Texas, plus 775 for Kansas State. Texas coming in 11-5, 5-4 in the Big 12, coming off of a 3-game losing streak versus Oklahoma, Baylor, and Oklahoma State. Kansas State coming in 5-15, 1-10 in conference play after, and they have lost their last 10 games. Their most recent losses were to Texas Tech, though, Kansas, Texas A&M, Baylor, West Virginia, Oklahoma. So they're playing good teams where they're just not competing. And this is another situation where they're playing a good team, though. They're just not going to compete. We're going to go and we're going to lay the minus 14.5. I know that's a lot of points for a Big 12 game, but I absolutely think this Texas team is head and shoulders above this Kansas State team, which has not really showed up at all this year. My model has this as a 20.5-point game in favor of Texas. So we're getting 6 points of value on this line. So we're taking the Longhorns minus 14.5 versus Kansas State. Next, we have another Big 12 matchup. We have two Big 12 matchups to end the night. We have the marquee matchup of the night, West Virginia and Texas Tech, 5.5-point spread, minus 220 for Texas Tech, plus 190 for West Virginia. And looking at this game, West Virginia coming in 13-5, 6-3 in Big 12 play, coming in on a 2-game win streak versus Kansas and Iowa State. Texas Tech coming in on a 3-game win streak versus LSU, Oklahoma, and Kansas State. They are 14-5 on the season and 6-4 in conference play. And we're going to be going what I believe is the better team here. We're going with Texas Tech minus 5.5. I feel like that is a little high to be laying on this game, but my model has the Texas Tech winning by 12.5 points. So we're going to be going with Texas Tech here minus 5.5 to take care of business tonight versus the 14th ranked Mountaineers of West Virginia. So Texas Tech minus 5.5 is the play for that game. And our final game on the slate, and this has actually moved half a point, which I'm totally okay with. It is Iowa State taking on TCU. 6.5 point spread, minus 275 for TCU, plus 230 for Iowa State. Iowa State coming in 2-11, 0-8 in Big 12 play on a 7-game losing streak versus Oklahoma, West Virginia, Mississippi State, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Texas, and Baylor. Those are their most recent losses. But this is another team where these Big 12 teams, they're losing, but they're losing to these really good teams. Big 12, I think, is the best conference in college basketball this season. And TCU coming in 10-7, 3-5 in Big 12 play, coming off of a win versus Oklahoma State. And once again, we're going to be going with the dog here. We're going with Iowa State plus 6.5. My model has them actually winning by a point. I don't think I'm going to be betting that plus 230 money line. If I am, it's only half a unit. But we're going to be going with Iowa State here plus 6.5 versus TCU to keep it close and cover that spread. All right, let's quickly recap our plays for today. Then we're going to head on out for this video. We have Notre Dame plus 6.5 versus Duke. We have Penn State plus 2.5 and a plus 125 versus Michigan State. That might be plus 3 in a minute here, but I might take that plus 2.5 with that plus money. Then we have Texas minus 14.5 versus Kansas State. We have Texas Tech minus 6, and then we have Iowa State plus 6.5 versus TCU. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe to the channel down below and turn on post notifications if you haven't already. And so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at Adderall Sports Bets. We have daily content on the channel, as you can tell. Right here we have a wide range of sports that we cover. So make sure you have your notifications on so you know whenever we come out with a video here. We come out with at least 3 videos a day right now. So we are coming out with tons of content. But that's going to just about do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let's cash some tickets tonight in college basketball, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.